All right, today we're jumping right into a huge tech investment that's making some serious waves. We're talking about a $2 billion handshake between two of the biggest names out there, SoftBank and Intel.
Okay, first things first. Just look at that number. Seriously, let it sink in. $2 billion. That's not just some casual investment. This is a massive, monumental bet. It's SoftBank planting a flag and giving a huge vote of confidence to one of the most legendary chip makers on the planet.
So that leads to the big question, right? The real mystery we're going to try and unravel here. Why would a super savvy investor like SoftBank throw billions at a company that, let's be honest, has been struggling lately? I mean, what's the big idea? What's the strategy?
Okay, so to really get this, we've got to understand who's at the table. Let's meet the heavyweights.
And wow, these two could not be on more different journeys right now. In one corner, you've got Intel, who we're calling the comeback kid. I mean, it's the chip giant everyone knows, but its value got cut in half as it tries to reinvent itself for AI manufacturing. And in the other corner, SoftBank, the AI visionary. This is the global investing powerhouse with its massive, over $100 billion vision fund, just making these huge, bold bets on what AI is going to look like.
And yeah, to say the road for Intel has been tough is an understatement. I mean, check this out. Just 2 years ago, the company was worth around $200 billion. Today, that's been sliced down to about $100 billion. That's not just a little dip, folks. That's a serious plunge. And it's pretty much the key reason this whole deal is so interesting. All right, so how did we get here? Well, this whole thing didn't just happen overnight. This is an alliance that's been reforged, really. It's built on a long and, pretty complicated history. So the relationship between these two, it actually goes back decades. The CEOs have known each other for a long time, but it's been bumpy. It hasn't been a straight line at all. Just last August, they were talking about an AI chip collaboration, and it completely fell apart because of production problems. But here's the thing, they didn't just walk away. Earlier this year, they tried again with something smaller, a $70 million joint venture. And it seems like that little project paved the way for this massive $2 billion deal. It's a real story of sticking with it, and changing your strategy as you go.
Okay, so let's get to the heart of it. The big why. What's the motive behind all this cash? Why did both of them decide that this was the move to make and now was the time to make it? This quote from SoftBank's CEO Masayoshi Son, it basically explains everything. He said, "Semiconductors are the foundation of every industry." And that's the whole game for SoftBank. They're not just thinking about computers. They're thinking about the future of, well, literally everything. And they're convinced it's all going to be built on top of these tiny, incredibly powerful chips. And look, they're putting their money where their mouth is. This is all part of a grand plan for AI. SoftBank's got its huge vision fund, right? They've already poured money into pioneers like OpenAI. They bought a chip designer called Ampere Computing. So when you see this Intel deal, you realize it's not some random shot in the dark. No way. It's the next logical piece of the puzzle for them. They're building an entire AI ecosystem, and this move helps them lock down a super important part of it, making the actual chips.
So what about Intel? What's in it for them? Well, it's pretty much a perfect trifecta. First up, capital. That's a cool $2 billion in cash, which is huge for their turnaround plans. Second, confidence. Getting a nod from a major global investor like SoftBank, that's a massive boost. And third, collaboration. They're getting a much deeper partnership to figure out this whole AI future together. It's exactly the kind of fuel a company needs when it's trying to make a big comeback.
Okay, for this last part, let's zoom out a bit. Because this one deal, it's not just about Intel and SoftBank, it sends ripples out across the entire tech world. Let's talk about the future of chips.
Yeah, the bigger picture here is massive. For one, this really strengthens America's position in advanced chip manufacturing, which is a huge deal geopolitically right now. It also sets up both companies perfectly to catch this massive wave of demand for AI infrastructure. SoftBank gets about a 2% stake in Intel, sure, but what they're really creating is a powerful team to build the next generation of computing. So you see, this isn't just a business deal. It's a move in the global chess match for AI dominance.
And you really can't talk about this without mentioning the political angle. This private deal is happening at the exact same time the US government is thinking about its own big investment in Intel through the CHIPS Act. So what does that tell you? It shows this is all part of a much bigger, coordinated push to bring chip production back home and secure the country's technological future. And that leaves us with one final big question to chew on. Is this $2 billion deal just a lifeline to help save a struggling Intel, or is it something more?
Is it the opening move in a much, much bigger game to control the future of AI itself? The answer to that question is probably going to shape our tech world for a very long time.